Hello, aka GK Fralin. You can call me Glenda. Down under. Remember doing this as a kid? Try being one once in a while. I got serious enough things to talk about tonight. Gotta be a kid for a minute. Is that a minute yet? Okay. I'll check you out when I get back.
No. Hey! There's people out there. This is my baby that never grows up. This is the one I showed the other day that my daughter painted. Isn't she beautiful? She's my Angie that never grows up. My Angie number 2. So, this is going to be my intro, at least for a while. I don't have any music to cue up, but la-di-da-da. Okay, that was it. Love my Angie. I'd rather be kissing the real baby cheek, but she's grown up. And I'm glad she's grown up because the other, you don't want to stay a baby forever. Stitch your moms that want you to. That was too long.
What you see is a small doll quilt that my great-grandmother made for me when I was very young. She was close to 90, if not 90, and she made these for all of us great-grandgirls. And it's just beautiful. It's delicate. I want to have it framed, but I thought I'd share this beautiful piece of work with you. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you. All sparkly. This is our Christmas for our family. Anyway, I told you about the stockings, so I'm going to let you in on it, but this is a private day. So anyway, this okay, now, some families bigger than others, so, well, one family's the biggest. That is it, and you'll see happy birthday on, if you can see that well, on some of them. That's because we have birthdays, well, we had birthdays the 28th, and we've got some right after New Year. So, for the little ones, well, the toddler to youngish, they're all in one family. We got them birthday gifts that go in with their Christmas. But they are marked happy birthday, so they get their regular Christmas stuff too. This has been an absolutely wonderful day. Joe came home early. They let him come home early. He had tried to get it off because it is our anniversary. And anyway, sorry about I moosed my hair after after I washed it, and it's been totally I just haven't been able to get it. I don't want to use a curling iron. Anyway, but no, he came home and I was sitting here, and it was almost noon. Actually, I was getting ready to go outside I was going to push the wheelchair out and then somehow, open it up to the full extent to sit on it. And hello, hon. He's going to bed. Love you. Anyway, so he went outside and he set up, we've got a couple of those kind of, I call them camp chairs or whatever, but they're those kind of like a sling type thing. Anyway, he had a perfect spot for us. I didn't think you would be able to see anything there, but it was right between our house and the neighbor. which aren't that far apart, and he had them sitting there just outside of our bay window. It was perfect. The clouds parted. We were getting rain all day or all morning, and anyway, but it opened up, and we saw the most wonderful thing. My daughter called later, and she was so excited. Her and her husband, and they were sitting out in their backyard, and they were using their glasses most of the time, but they found an effect, or her husband did, that evidently nobody has ever mentioned, but I don't know, you'd have to be pretty careful how you do it, but you have to put your hand up and block the sun, or block the eclipse. She said, when it's about 3/4 without your glasses, but you have to completely block that with your hand. And then you look up and it's a rainbow. She said it's a perfect rainbow around it. And it's like, oh my gosh, don't blind yourself. And she says, no, we didn't see the sun at all. We were blocking that with our hands. But she said, and evidently James called into the radio station and told them about it because they were asking for anything that people saw. Anyway, but Nebraska was just filled with people because we have so much open area. We had a place in the pasture where I grew up that was not, it was mostly flat. There were paths, footpaths, a brook over here. I need to keep my hand, I mean, you can't see my hand. Anyway, and then back here were 2 old stone buildings that had tumbled in. There were like, maybe 3 or 4 stones here, maybe 5 or 6 here. Just get, you can have that picture. Anyway. And this is Secret of the Stones, and I did take a little license, dear family. So, anyway. Secret of the Stones. Generations of family passing through secret picnic grounds where stacks of stones, once shelters, held the mystery of our clan. Untamed meadow lies between hills and brook. Fed by a hidden spring, green grows over the stone walls and hides a garden path that softens steps of spirits. Laughter sings from new members. Fresh faces are lost in the hilarity. The children glance into water that meanders over small rock walls. Elders trek over hills and disappear into cedars to an old algae-covered pond. Crackling wood fire, roast wieners, held over flames by old wire hangers. The heated stones on the edge sizzle wire racks of beef ground for patties. Pardon me. Behind a hill, along a spring-fed brook, stand 2 stone tumble-down, single-room abodes where people lived more than 100 years back. Within the old walls, among weeds and grass, the spirit of ancestry is concealed by time. But, reading the stones with imagination, I can see the family from which I sprang. The footpaths are still visible. If I look deep in the soil, no parallel tire track faintly disguised the only remaining avenue. The spring-fed stream that has cut a course eons
earlier in time falls off the edge of the stones into a sudden drop. We dip our hands into its ever-chilled wetness, hoping to drink in the memories that have nearly become sacred at the family picnic grounds. Laughter sings from all members gathered, signaling we have arrived for another feast of hot dogs and hamburgers with potluck dishes of nearly every salad and recipe in the recipe books. Paper plates, cups, and plastic silver lie out on the picnic tables, hauled by trucks to the level spots. Blankets and chairs, blankets and yard chairs circle like old covered wagons for the attack upon the goods. We never know how many will show, but fellowship, fun, and nostalgia becomes the focus of the day. Photographs are taken from each possible angle and backdrop. These will tell stories to us in another 100 years or two, our descendants. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And enjoy your day. Have a happy moment. On me.